Hey guys, it's Parker back with another episode of 14 Pounds of Fury. Today we're going to be talking about the newest addition to the Roto Grip family, the TNT. I've drilled mine at 4 3/4 by 4 by 2.5, hoping to see a little more mid-lane read out of this, a little stronger continuation off the end of the pattern. Excited to see what it does. Let's go find out. All right guys, going to take my first shot with this new TNT from Roto Grip. Stand on 15, looking at about 7. So definitely plenty of early roll on this house shot. About 42 feet, 18-ish mils. We condition with fire here, so the fronts burn up just a little quicker than normal. Tracer down lane gets a little tighter. So off of that first one, I'm going to go ahead and move 5 and 3. Let's see what happens. All right, last one picked up almost just as early, got a little more motion out of it. So I'm gonna move another 5 and 3. Let's see what happens. There it is. Needs a little more oil in the fronts. Get it going good. I'm gonna make another move on the next one and see what happens. All right. This one I'm just gonna 2 and 1 and slow down just a pinch. Slaps the 10 out. Yeah, definitely liking what I'm seeing when I move left. Has no problems handling oil. Still enough energy that it sees the mids but continues through the pins. All right, so I'm gonna give it one more shot moving back right, and I'm gonna try to flatten my hand just a pinch more. Ooh, slaps 10 out again. I can definitely see this being a versatile enough piece that you may be able to take this from gutter to gutter if you're good enough at manipulating your hand, because I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. All right, I'm gonna move way over here to 35 to about 20 at the arrows. So I ended up just a pinch right, probably hit about 18, 19. Still read the mids enough, still rounded the tracer plenty. Definitely that eTrax solid plus has no problems reading the middle part of the lane, still rounding the corner. This is really going to be a versatile solid. It's giving me phase 2 vibes, but just a pinch earlier. So let's see how a phase 2 faces up against it. So I'm going to start over right where I did on the very first shot. Try to flatten my hand again. Ooh, yeah. Little quicker bounce off the spot. So I'm going to take that same shot up the ditch, and I'm going to move 2 and 1. And I'll explain why in just a moment. Oh, fall. Ah. Okay, so moved 2 and 1. Not necessarily because phase 2 is earlier than the TNT, but because it looks like the phase 2 kind of bounces off the spot a little quicker. TNT is giving me a little more in the front part of the lane. Phase 2 is a little jumpier, not a bunch, but enough that a 2 and 1 was kind of necessary. So I'm going to make another move and see what happens. So I'm going to move over to 25, looking at about 14. Woo! Yeah, so definitely quicker response from the phase 2 compared to the TNT. A little bit of a quicker motion down lane. Phase 2s, in my opinion, are kind of quicker but still stronger symmetric solids. So I can definitely see where something like this may even be a ball down, maybe half a ball down from what the TNT is going to be motion-wise, especially if you keep them at different surfaces. So I'm going to move over here to 35 like we did on that last shot with the TNT. still around the corner again, just a little quicker off the spot, not quite as round. I could definitely see something like a phase 2 at like 4,000 grit, maybe even 2,000 polish as being a step down from where the TNT is going to get you. Quicker movement off the spot. Still has enough energy going through the pins, but noticeable enough difference. These two balls could probably be in the bag at the same time and you could still get distinct shapes out of them. So now I'm going to take our second ball to compare it with, which is the Idle Cosmos. It's moving back over here to where we had our first shot. Yeah, so not surprisingly, a little bit more of a delayed reaction through the fronts. Slightly, ever so slightly, a little more forward roll off the end of the pattern. Kind of characteristic of a pearl ball. Still smoother in my opinion, because it is a pretty strong pearl shell. But I'm going to make another move and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to move the 2-in-1 that we did with the phase 2. Leaked that one just a little right. Again, a little more forward roll off the end of the pattern. Probably not my best shot, but even so, still stood up quick enough. We got to the head pin and got a nice break. All right, gonna move over to 30 now. Again, just trying to get it to the tracer. Ooh, so a little sluggish on that one. Down lane. A little bit of a light hit, tripped the 4-pin. I'm curious to see, I'm gonna move 5 on the next one and see if it does kind of that slower roll again. So gonna be standing over here on 35 now. Again, just trying to round the tracer. Yeah, so definitely stands up quicker than both of these two, the TNT and the phase 2. This may even be a good ball for playing more on the right side of the lane, just because it is a little more forward off the end of the pattern, but still cleaner in my opinion. I'm gonna make one more move with this one back right and see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna move back to 20 on this one and try to rotate it more and see what happens. Yep. Just curious to see if it would stand up and freeze or if it would still be a little slower and blendy, which it definitely stood up pretty quick. Kind of tried to feed it to the gutter as quick as I could. I'm gonna make that same shot but with the TNT and see if we get a similar reaction. Okay, so I'm gonna make that last same shot again as what I just did with the Cosmos. So still red just as early, but not quite as quick. Not quite as violent as a change there. I'm gonna move super far left on this next one for my last shot comparison and see what each of these can do. So I am gonna be up here, standing on what appears to be 52, I think. I'm gonna be lofting the gutters on this one. Ooh. So kind of a modified fallback, playing really deep. Actually almost kind of surprised that that still continued down lane. I kind of expected it to labor a little. I'm gonna make that same type of shot with a phase 2 and see if we can get a similar result or if it's gonna jump more. Okay, so up here again to loft the gutters, standing on about 52. Getting this one further right. Okay. So I wanted to see if it would still be able to make it around the corner. Move my target, obviously, significantly further right. I'm gonna make that same shot with the TNT and see how it responds compared to that phase 2. Okay, back up here again. Gonna get this one a little further right, like we did with that phase 2 just a moment ago. Okay, so So labored just a little on that one. Obviously not as quick a response as that phase 2. I'm gonna make that shot one more time because that might have been me. See if I can catch it just a little more rotation, a little less tilt. So another shot of lofting with the TNT. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good distinction actually. Phase 2 has a little more pop down lane. Kind of jumps off that spot quicker. TNT, you can definitely see where that Torpex Core comes in compared to the Velocity Core. A lot more mid-lane chug, slower response off the end of the pattern. I think both of these pieces could build off of each other, even in a 6-ball arsenal, really well. That eTrax plus solid as well is going to give you more in the mids, it looks like, whereas the cover on the phase 2 is going to give you a little more response down lane. Still plenty in the mids, but a little more pop. And I'm going to take just one shot because I'm curious with this Idle Cosmos from lofting. It's close actually. A little double dribble there. So again, Cosmos 2 jumps off the spot even a little quicker than what the phase 2 is, which is to be expected. The core and cover combination on that idle is going to give you a little quicker response. Idle cores for me were always a little flippier, which I appreciated because the covers were pretty smooth. Gave me a little help since I have a little more tilt. All right, one last shot with the TNT. Oh, too legit to quit. TNT's coming to you on February 17th. You guys should get one. I'm definitely going to be getting more. This ball is something special. I'll see you next time.